Hi and welcome to Louis Reviews. I do this for you. As many of you know, I do my reviews in Swedish and basically Swedish only, but sometimes I come across a movie or movies that I really like and I want to talk about and just lift them up, and my plan is to do them in English. So this is my review of the Hatchet trilogy, and I'm going to start with the first one. Hatchet, it's a horror slasher movie from 2006. It stars Kane Hodder, Joel David Moore and Amara Zaragoza, and it's directed by Adam Green. The story of Hatchet is quite simple. Simple. It's a group of tourists that are gonna go to a sightseeing in the swamp, and this swamp is cursed. There is a man named Victor Crowley that kills people, and some people say it's just a myth and some people say it's real, but when they go there, shit starts to happen and people are starting to die, and the whole thing is that they have to survive, and everything plays out during one night. What I like about this movie is that it's a fun ride. It's a great movie. It's fun, it's gory, and it's well directed. And I like the story about Victor Crowley that this movie sets up. And then there are two more movies, but this one just starts everything, sets everything in motion. And what I like about this one is that it takes place during one night, and then it just ends. When it's finished, it just ends, and that's what I really like about this movie. And it's a lot of fun. Adam Green did a very good work with his first feature movie, and I like Hatchet. Let's talk about the second one. Hatchet II. This movie starts the second after the first one ends, and that's what I really like about these movies, because it's like a long movie if you watch them back to back, because when one ends, the other one starts. It's just a continuation of the story. The main lead of the movie has survived, and she goes into town and trying to tell people that people have died and stuff like that. But in this movie, the main character has been changed to Danielle Harris. Danielle Harris, and then we have Tony Todd and Kane Hodder again, and more people in the movie. So basically, there's a group of people that comes together. Are gonna go to the swamp and see what happens in the first movie, and of course, more slasher, more gore, more death. And it's this movie, sort of, but it's a more story about Victor Crowley and about the main character and stuff like that, but I don't want to spoil anything, so just watch it and you get the full picture and the entire story. But this is a continuation to the first one. More people, more gore, it's more beautifully shot, the cinematography is much better than this one, it's like the first one. It's a great fun ride with with a lot of deaths and gore, stuff like that, and it's some good shit. Let's talk about the third one, Hatchet III. This movie once again takes place the second after the second one ends, and continues the story. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to talk too much about the story, because then I will be spoiling stuff. But it's basically the same stuff again. More people go to the swamp, see what happens, and death, and gore, and stuff like that. But it expands the mythology about Victor Crowley. You learn more about him. You learn more about people around, about what people believe about Victor Crowley, if it's true or not, stuff like that. And it's a great movie. I really like this one, because it has more people, more deaths, more gore, and it's very beautifully shot. I really like the cinematography, the lighting, and the gore was great. And it's a great ending to this trilogy. And because it was just supposed to be these three movies, but now I know there's gonna be a movie about Victor Crowley that I'm really looking forward to. But this trilogy, it's a really nice one, and I'm gonna talk about the three movies as a whole. I have talked about the movies just a little bit about each one, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I keep it quite short. But I want to talk about the entire trilogy and why you need to have this. This box has, like I said, three movies, and it's a horror, gore, slasher film. And if you're a horror fan like I am, you have to have this, because you learn so much about these movies. And if you listen to Adam Green and Joe Lynch podcast, the movie Crypt, you learn so much about movie making. and that's how I heard about this movie. So I was very interested, so I started listening to them, and now I listen to them every day. And I have heard everything, not everything, but how they talk about the production, how it was made, behind the scenes, stuff like that, all the difficulties they have, stuff like that. And it made me more interested in the making of these movies. And yeah, a lot of other movies too, but it gave me a lot of respect for this kind of movie making. And of course, I had to have the trilogy, and it's great. One thing though I didn't like, and it's not Adam Green's fault, it's Germany's fault, because this box, it's a German edition, and the movies are cut. They are not uncut, it's censored. And the first movie, no problem. The second one, no problem. But the third one, there was so many cuts from the actual gore, and it was like a chopped up movie. And I thought, oh, this is gonna be great, and something happened. And then they just cut away, and you see bodies laying around. And shit, what happened? You miss all the great stuff. And that's one of my main complaints I have about this box, the German edition, is that the third movie is cut to shit. You miss a lot of stuff. So I have to get another copy of the third one so I can see all the gory effects, because they're great. They're really, really great in all of the movies. So if you're like me, a horror fan, a gore fan, and like, yeah, these kind of movies, this is a box you must have. Alright, now for the fun part. I have to give my verdict to this box. I'm not gonna give each movie a verdict. I'm gonna give the entire box a verdict, because each movie is like a continuation. It's like a big long movie chopped into 3 episodes. So that's why I'm gonna give the entire box a verdict. And my verdict for the Hatchet trilogy is 4 out of 5. If you are a horror fan, this is a must-have box, so go get it. It's some great movies, and has some great gore and effects and story, and it's it's just a fun ride that you should watch if you like horror. So go get the Hatchet trilogy. And if you listen to the Movie Crypt podcast, I'm gonna link below, you learn so much about the production of these movies, and so much about movie making and other stuff. And here Adam and Joe talk about movies and their guests. You learn so much, so that's a podcast I really, really recommend. So check out the podcast, buy the box, and if you like my reviews, usually I do them in Swedish, but if you like my reviews anyway, you can click the subscribe button here somewhere, and you can follow me or like this video or share it, and you don't want to miss anything new. With that said, I say thank you for watching, and until next time.